I know that the city of Seattle is generally known for being a rainy and gloomy city, but with the addition of Jarred Kelenic, let me say this right now, the future of Seattle is very bright. What's going on, everyone? It's Fuzzy. Welcome back to yet another MLB recap. We have a lot to talk about today, so we're not going to waste any time with an intro. Actually, the only thing that I will mention is the fact that we're so close. We're almost there. Let's get into the games from yesterday. A doubleheader coming from the Royals and the White Sox. So the Royals win game number 1, and they end their 11 consecutive game losing streak. I could not believe that was even a thing because a few weeks ago, they were the best team in baseball. So the White Sox go up 1-0, and then Hunter Dozier slams into Jose Abreu. I mean, he must have thought that he was Brian Urlacher in his prime. I'm not sure why Dozier wasn't looking up towards first base, but either way, Jose Abreu did have to come out the game. I hope that both of them are okay. Michael Taylor and Salvador Perez, they slap around Lucas Giolito, and Brad Keller was terrific, going 5 innings, only allowed 2 runs, and had 7 strikeouts. The White Sox, they get a little bit angry. They come back in game number 2. They pick up the victory 3-1. Andrew Vaughn has been a Swiss Army knife for the White Sox. He's filled in left field for Eloy Jimenez. Now at first base for Jose Abreu, he hits a home run in replacement of Jose. Moncada adds an RBI on a bases loaded walk, and then Michael Kopech was sensational. 4 innings, only allowed 1 run on 5 strikeouts, and then the nasty bullpen of the White Sox with Cody Hoyer, Aaron Bummer, and Liam Hendricks. If you are losing going up against those 3 guys, I would say 9 times out of 10, even 99% of the time, you are going to lose that game. They're just too disgusting. So because John Heyman had me blocked on Twitter, I had to go onto my phone to get the screenshot and log into Twitter from another account, but he is saying that Albert Pujols is expressing interest in going back to the Cardinals, and he doesn't even want to play. Obviously, that's going to be a thing because in the National League, at least for 2021, there's no DH. So when you have Paul Goldschmidt at first base, that means that there's no room at the end for Albert Pujols, so maybe he's going to lead a development role or something like that, which is confusing because he told the Angels that he doesn't want to be that guy. He wants to play almost every single day, so very confusing. But then again, it's a different situation because it's the St. Louis Cardinals, the team that he is going to represent going into the Hall of Fame. He's a first ballot Cardinals player. So aside from that, the Cardinals, they do go down to the Padres 5-4. The Padres jump out to an early 3-0 lead, and Joe Musgrove finally picks up his first W after throwing that no-hitter. He was a little rough, but he's still been very good on the season with a sub-3 ERA. He goes 5 innings, only allows that 1 single earned run, and then Manny Machado and Ha-Seong Kim, they make it 5 runs, which is a very good thing because the score ended up being 5-4. The Padres bullpen, which is usually pretty stable, they were anything but that yesterday. The Cardinals, they tried really hard to make the comeback, but let me know in the comment section down below if you're an Angels fan. Are you upset with Albert Pujols for even considering the Cardinals because he's not going to play, but then again, he told the Angels that he wanted to play? Doesn't make any sense. Moving on over to a few games that were settled via walk-off fashion. The Pirates walked off the San Francisco Giants, and if you looked hard enough, if you squinted, you could have sworn that Jacob deGrom was pitching for both teams yesterday because there was 0 run support. Miguel Yajur, I'm not sure if I said that right. He was one of the main players sent back in the Jameson Taillon trade from the Yankees. He goes a fantastic 5 innings, only allows 1 hit, doesn't allow a single earned run. And Kevin Gausman on the other side, 8 innings, 5 hits, 12 strikeouts, but unfortunately for him, the Pirates, they come back twice and they walk it off in the final innings. So remember, Miguel Yajur, he was acquired in the Jameson Taillon trade. Taillon has not been very good so far for the Yankees, so maybe the Pirates won that trade. We'll have to wait and see. Jonathan Villar gives the Mets an early 2-0. Tyler Glasnow was absolutely sensational. Aside from that 1 pitch to Jonathan Villar, he goes 8 innings, almost a complete game. Of course, he gives up the 2 earned runs, only walks 1 hitter, and racks up 10 strikeouts. Tyler, unfortunately, does not get the victory because the Rays decided to wait 1 inning too long. Mike Zunino and Manuel Margot, they tie up the ball game, and that allows Brett Phillips to go full airplane mode. That seems like this is going to be his victory celebration for the next decade if he gets any sort of walk-off like he did in the playoffs. So good for the Rays, the little comeback victory. The Mariners versus Cleveland. Jarred Kelenic, in my opinion, is the sole reason why the Mariners were able to stop their 5-game losing streak. I know that Flexen was really good, the starting pitcher for the Mariners, but the story of the game was Kelenic. He hits his first MLB MLB home run. He has 3 RBIs at the end of the day, and he becomes the youngest player since Ricky Henderson in the American League to have 3 extra base hits in one single game. Now, Mitch Haniger leaves the yard as well. He ties Jose Ramirez for 11 home runs. They are both number 1 in the American League, and I'm just really happy for Seattle fans because Jarred Kelenic is a bright spot for the Mariners. They've been pretty, not bad, but they haven't been a playoff team in quite some time, and I'm hoping that this really reverses the curse. And a lot of people on Twitter were saying, hey Fuzz, you can't root for Jarred Kelenic. He's playing your favorite team, Cleveland. No, actually on the contrary, I was hoping Jarred Kelenic was going to go 4 for 4 with 4 grand slams, but then Cleveland would win 20-16. So let me just tell you this right now. If anyone dogs on you for rooting for a player, even though they're facing your favorite team, tell them to go elsewhere, because the only way that baseball is going to progress is if we get people to care about players outside of their favorite team. Am I wrong? Trevor Bauer was not happy with the Dodgers, and he was very adamant about that. He came out and said that the reason why he signed with the Dodgers is that he wanted to win. And he said that he was angry, he was upset, and ever since those comments were uttered by Trevor Bauer, the Dodgers have not lost a game. They pick up another one against poor Sandy Alcantara yesterday. They rip open the game, and yes, they hand Sandy 8 earned runs. That was capped off by a Max Muncy home run. That was his 3rd home run in as many games. Clayton Kershaw wasn't sharp either, but Kenley Jansen, he has been so good. He has been actually lights out in 2021. Let me knock on wood so I don't jinx it for Dodgers fans. He gets the save, and again, he has been very, very good. The velocity is somewhat back. He's throwing 95 to 96 miles an hour. I'm happy for him. The Yankees versus the Orioles. Aaron Judge is having an MVP season, and don't let anyone tell you otherwise. He's now up to 10 home runs and a 946 OPS. Let's just round up to 950. Corey Kluber was roughed up for 4 earned runs, so Yankees fans were not feeling very good. But then Gio Urshela comes out of nowhere. He emerges from the dugout and he hits a game-winning home run. It very much reminded me of Kyle Schwarber in the 2016 World Series, where he's not 100% healthy, but he's willing to come out and give it his best, and that's exactly what Gio Urshela did. As the Yankees, they move ahead of the Jays for 2nd place in the American League East. The Red Sox, speaking of another AL East team, they beat the Angels 4-3 yesterday. Hunter Renfroe, he has a 2-run home run. He has been a stud over the last 2 weeks. The Red Sox absolutely fleeced the Phillies for Nick Pivetta. Nick Pivetta has turned around his career in Boston. He goes 6 innings, only allows 2 runs. I do want to note, though, that one of those earned runs came from Shohei Ohtani. I have no idea how Ohtani was able to golf this pitch over the Green Monster. That just shows how strong Shohei Ohtani is as a person. Griffith Canning. Nah, I'm just messing with you guys. I said Griffith on accident in the last video. Griffin Canning. Now you guys can stop clowning me. He had a win stolen by Bobby Dahlbeck, as Hunter Renfroe and Bobby Dahlbeck. The fact that they are the 8 and 9 hitter for Boston, that is mind-blowing. That is not fair. That's rough for any opposing pitcher. The Chicago trio came in huge for the Cubs yesterday. Chris Bryant hit his 10th home run of the season. MVP Chris Bryant is back in business. Anthony Rizzo and Javier Baez, they drive in the rest of the runs. Arrieta was pretty solid. I don't know why the Tigers benched Akil Baddoo, considering a righty was on the bump. That just goes to show you that they didn't want to win that game, because Akil probably would have gone 5 for 5 with 4 home runs. Anyways, Tariq Skubal falls to 0-6 with a 6 ERA and a near 5 FIP. So yeah, he's definitely not off to a great start in 2021. The Phillies beat the Blue Jays yesterday. Vince Velasquez faced off against Steven Matz. It was a fairly solid duel. Velasquez almost goes 6 innings, only allows 1 run. Matz goes 5 scoreless and tallies up 9 strikeouts. The Jays bullpen, though, they unfortunately cannot take advantage of a Vladimir Guerrero Jr. home run. You have a bases loaded walk, and then Rhys Hoskins as well as Alec Boehm, they double to rip it open. The final score is 5-1. The Braves, they beat the Brewers yesterday 6-3. Austin Riley gets a single up the middle off the pitcher's leg, and then you have Ozuna and Albies going back-to-back. I don't know if you guys remember, but Ozzy Albies, I think he started the season like 0 for 1 million. I'm just kidding. He went 0 for 27 or something like that, and ever since then, he has been on fire. Braves gave Drew Smyly a chance, and over his last few starts, he has been really good. Only 1 earned run in his last 2 starts. Atlanta, who is 18-20 on the season, they are just 3 games back of the first-place Mets. The A's beat the Twins. The Twins are horrible. They fall to 12-24 after losing 6-1 against the A's Oakland hits 3 home runs for Frankie Montas, who went 6 innings, only allowed 1 run, and he's been pretty solid over his last few starts. Mark Canha, he adds another one, and again, the Twins fall to 12-24 during a 5-game losing streak. The Astros win their 4th game in a row, so they are 1 game back of the A's. The Astros show that they are the top team in Texas. They score 8 runs before a single ball left the yard. Maldonado hits a home run. Zach Greinke with a very decent start. I'm not saying that he was really good, but 7 innings, 3 earned runs. That was win number 211 for his career. The Rockies are on a little winning streak as well. This series has been all offense. Wade Miley, the start after he threw a no-hitter, he was torched for 11 hits, 8 earned runs. Yeah, definitely not a no-hitter right there. Marquez gives up 4 earned runs. Jonathan Daza has 3 RBIs. Jonathan India has 2 home runs and 5 RBIs in his last 2 games. And also, he's done that ever since this tweet was put out from a publisher saying that he should be sent down. So he is showing them that no, he should not. And then you have Garrett Hampson hitting a 460-foot blast. The Rockies win 9-6. And then last but not least, you could have told me that this was a Suns versus Wizards game because the Nationals win 17-2. Max Scherzer, I mean, heck, you could have thrown out Max Keeble, and I think that he still would have won that game. So that just goes to show you that the Nationals offense erupted for 17 runs on 8 extra base hits. 6 different Nationals players had 2 or more RBIs, and then Scherzer goes 5 innings, only allows 2 hits, doesn't allow a single earned run. And that does it for today's MLB recap. Thank you all so much for stopping by. Again, do not forget to hit subscribe. We are so close to 300,000. Use code Fuzzy on SeatGeek to save $20 off minor league tickets, major league tickets, or basketball games, any event that you're going to. Follow me on my Twitch at Fuzzy from YT, and I'll catch you all later. Peace out.